We are gearing up for activity 4, and that means we are going to explore our first clear model with that activity. Now, what is clear? Hopefully I don't have to review this, but if you do need a gentle review, that means we are being very explicit with our instruction. As we construct a plan, we lead by modeling, we engage students in practice, we apply independently, and we refine with data. Now, here is an example for this module on what your clear model might look like. I hope that yours is much better than mine, but this is just a good starting point. So here what I've done is I've identified a standard that I want to address. And then in my lead by modeling, here I am using a proportional model to help students understand what a decimal means. I've got a dialogue between a teacher and a group of students. That dialogue is full of that math vocabulary that we've already talked about. It's got a step-by-step process for using manipulatives to show these decimals. And you can actually see that this lead by modeling is 1, 2, almost 3 pages long. So this isn't something that you can just do super quickly like that, but to really explain what a decimal means to students, we would probably need that much time, and on this example, that much space. Then I'd like you to get into what does your engage in practice look like? Remember that engage in practice is guided practice, where you, the teacher, are doing the same problems with the student. So it's kind of similar to the lead by modeling, but here we want this to be more active on the student's part, so they are really actively involved in doing the problems with you. So what would your engage in practice look like? Here you can see if I'm writing it out, it takes quite a bit of time to engage students in practice. And then finally we get to the point where I'd like you to think about, well, what would your independent practice look like? So what are some of the ways students are going to apply this decimal knowledge independently in the classroom and maybe at home? And then finally, what are some of the ways that you are going to collect data so that you can refine your instruction? So this was just an example. As I said before, I really hope that yours is better than my example. That brings us to activity 4. You are going to choose something that's important for students when they are initially learning about how to represent and understand decimals. Choose something that would be appropriate for your students. And then what are you going to do? You're going to tell us about how you're going to construct a plan, lead by modeling, engage in practice, apply independently, and refine with data. This activity should take you quite a while. So I'm not going to see you in 5 minutes, but I'll see you in just a bit.